Yawn, right? Okay, good, done. You're live, so it says. We'll see how that turns out. Do I look crisper today? Light is on. Good. A pasty white. Well, what can you do? All right, Monday afternoon, 6:30, 6:24 p.m. here in the Beijing, and I figured today I wasn't really wanting to live stream. I was kind of debating whether or not I was going to do it, only because I was able to get some Chinese studies done this morning. I went to the gym. Finally, got a gym membership. No, sorry, I finally purchased some time at a gym here in the area. And I say I purchased some time because uh, one of my big fears about gyms. There's two problems I have with going to the gym in China. Number one, they tend to want year-long memberships, and so it's even only like 4, 5, 6,000 RMB, so about $1,000 Canadian, $1,200 Canadian, maybe about $900 American. It's not for the year, so it's not, I guess, technically not that bad, but then they want it, and the that leads to the second problem is that they have to stay open. And in my area, the in Shuangjing area, it was very common, especially when I first moved to this area many 7, 8 years ago already, that some of the gyms would open up, they would get you to sign up, they'd take your money, and then they close down after about 3 months. And I think I mentioned this before on in other videos that it was like you become very skeptical of if these gyms are going to open. Now, the one that I went to this morning actually had a method that I'd never seen before, I'd never used before. That instead you have an app, surprise, surprise, shocking you, shockings. But you have an app, and then you can pay per. You can put on, it's like a debit card basically. So you top up with a bunch of money, and then in order to gain access to the gym, there's no front desk, there's nothing. It's like literally you go to the door, you scan a QR code, you walk in, you're done. There's nothing else. So that's what it is. So it's very low budget. It's cheap, but the quality of the equipment is pretty good. They had Life Fitness equipment and stuff like that. The I guess the other thing was that that's what I actually appreciated, was that it was cheap. I could purchase it on an app, and that I didn't have to go talk to anybody. So as much as I like to practice my Chinese from time to time, there are more. It's more often than not that, especially at a gym, what will happen is that they'll want to speak English and then like become friends, which that itself isn't so bad. But it's where I try to speak Chinese, and this becomes bad because my Chinese, although it's okay, it sometimes lacks the specifics of dealing with some situations and such as signups. And so that's where it can be a little bit frustrating for everybody involved when that happens. And if they don't know English, then it becomes even more troublesome too. So, but this one uses an app. Paid 200 RMB this or last night. No, paid 100 RMB, so $20 Canadian. And I went there this morning thinking, well, just go try it out. Why not? And so I did. I was there for about an hour, and after it charged my account 40 renminbi. So that's like $8. So out of the $20 I put on, it took 8. And I'm looking at this chart that it's showing, and I'm going, why did it do that? And if you charged, basically, it has a tiered system that, depending on how much you put on, they will debit certain amounts from your account. So if I put 100 or 200 renminbi on there, then each hour that I go into the gym, it would cost about 42 renminbi. If I put 5,000 renminbi on this card or in this account, then each hour would only be 7 renminbi. So you see how all of a sudden you have to put a lot more money down in order to actually use to get a discount to use the gym. Now, in terms of the use of the gym itself, it was okay. I mean, it wasn't the cleanest place. I've been in cleaner places, but it wasn't sterile. So it looked as if it had been used. And I think that's very important, because some of these gyms you go to, and I think it's sort of a flag that if they are if they look very new and there's like no one working out, are they going to be there in a couple months? I don't know. But here already at 7:30 in the morning, there were a few other people. And actually, to tell you the truth, 7:30 in the morning was late. It was actually my second workout because when I got up this morning, I was kind of like, I don't know if I really want to go. The reason I got this this membership where I want to go to this gym, not only is it nearby, but I was hoping it had a step, like a stepping machine. It doesn't. It has a Jacob's ladder and it has a treadmill. And that was, I made the treadmill work, but I wasn't sure if I wasn't committed just yet to using this gym. So I went to actually for my typical bike ride in the morning. Then when I got back from that bike ride, I'm like, well, but I haven't practiced my Chinese yet. And as I've mentioned before on this channel, one of the things I like to do is get my Chinese studies done early in the morning. So usually on my morning walk. Well, I've stopped walking. I've been riding bikes instead, just to change scenery and everything. So for the last, I don't know, for about a month or so, the entire summer, actually, I would say, I've been doing a bike ride around the block instead of walking. And that has meant that I'm not doing my Chinese characters and I'm not practicing Do Chinese, which I was okay with, only because I realized towards like June, yeah, and getting into July as well, I wasn't practicing Do Chinese as much anyway. I wasn't using the apps. I wasn't reading very much, and there's a variety of reasons. I think I've mentioned before, I've gotten distracted by talking to other people in the compound, especially that early in the morning. But the other thing was that I just found that I myself during the summer was not as focused. A lot of things were going on, and I was sort of thinking about where I want to take this channel as well. And as a result, that was sort of weighing on my mind, which meant that I wasn't thinking about my Chinese studies. So, okay, well, how do I change this? What do I have to change in order to refocus? And one of those things was, well, okay, I'll start riding a bike in the morning, but then if I ride the bike, I can't practice my Chinese. So, okay, fine, we'll deal with that later because maybe I can work in the reading Chinese some other way. And I was kind of doing that. This live stream is part of it, but I was also able to do some reading during the day. Now, going to the gym this morning with this stationary bike that they have at this gym that you pay, basically per hour of usage, I was like, okay, well, this actually might work. And so I did. I went to the gym. And that's a very long introduction of saying that, pardon me. I went to the gym to use the bike, and I was able to do some of my own Chinese reading. And I guess I was using Do Chinese. And then the other thing I was using was their app. And so they have this, as I mentioned, you have to use an app in order to get into this gym. And I was like, well, why don't I just read some of the articles? They had a bunch of articles written on this app. I'm like, well, can I read some of this? And yes and no. I mean, it wasn't all easy. There were certainly a lot of, there's a lot of anatomy, terminology that I wouldn't know, anatomical words about the body that I didn't know. And one of them I learned today was actually, what was it? Sanjiao Ji. So 3-prong muscle or 3-angled muscle. Top of your shoulder. 1, 2, 3, apparently. And I don't really read too much about anatomy in English, but I understand the body-ish. I understand where the idea, the concept of muscles. And one of the things about using this app to read, it was okay. I probably didn't understand that much. I was going to check if I can do that here. No, it doesn't look like I can. Oh, maybe I can. Can I do this? One function I was using for the when I was reading these articles was the Apple function of where you select and it will tell you what the word is. I sadly don't use this very much, and there's a couple reasons why. Matter of fact, I will show you what I have. So we'll get into the screen sharing. I took some screenshots of what I was doing. I think it's okay. Good. All right. So that is what I was sharing or what I was reading today. Now, that is the first one. We'll take a look here. So this is the article I was reading in the gym this morning, where it was kind of like, okay, well, if I'm going to be at the gym, then I may as well read. And I don't know if I have the screenshot of how to use Apple Translate or anything, but these are the 4 the screenshots from it. So all you have to do, and it's very easy to do this, where you can highlight these words, look up, or translate. Hit or miss, muscle bundle.
肌肉束.
肌肉束. So muscle bundle. Let's try the other one. Did that work? Translate, look up. No result. Yeah, so sometimes it doesn't always work when you try to look up something, but translating sometimes works. And then you also have to make sure that you have the dictionaries installed. But I figured that we'd practice some Chinese reading today with the muscle groups and stuff like that, or at least this one article. Oh, thirsty. I actually did, I guess, 3 workouts today. I don't normally do this much. So that morning bike ride, and then I went to the gym after for an hour. And then later in the afternoon, I went for a 7-kilometer run, mostly because I was like, I don't feel like I did the morning workout. And by midday, I was kind of like, I'm getting antsy. I'm like, I got to move. I got to still move around and stuff like that. So I went for another run later on in the afternoon. But the idea is actually to go to the gym, especially it's going to be winter. Another month is going to get cold. 2 months is going to be windy and cold. I figured what I could do is go to the gym, get on the bike, stationary bike. When I'm on the stationary bike, just read my Chinese for 15, 20 minutes, do another little bit of a workout after that, and then go home and then basically shower up and go to work, basically. So that's the plan. That's the idea. And I'm hoping that I can get to the gym each day. Even if I get there at like 7 o'clock, that gives me more than enough time to go get one of the bikes. It's not very busy at that time. I mean, people love to say that they're going to go to the gym at 7 o'clock, but they don't. Luckily, I have enough of a habit of doing this, of at least leaving the apartment by 7 o'clock or 6:30 usually, that I can get it done. So today's reading, I thought we would do a couple things. We'll take a look some more at these screenshots. And then I have Do Chinese open as well to some of their stories, I guess, that they have for Genshin, which you'll see I put in here. So Genshin, can I look that up? Look up Genshin. Yes. So Genshin doesn't let me read it out loud. Okay, whatever. Well, too bad. That's fine. So that I was kind of thinking this is where I started actually. Oh, don't do that. What did you do? No, get rid of that. Okay, good. This morning I started out reading traditional Chinese, thinking that I'll do that. I'll read some Chinese as I typically do. And then as I was looking at this app, I'm like, oh, but they have these articles. Let's try reading these articles. And they were okay. I mean, I can understand some of it, but still a lot of it, I still have trouble. Now, the great thing about all of this, though, is that you can do this. Copy. Let's see if I can get one of these. Where's translate? Google. Chinese, English. Right. So we can actually put this over here. There. Now you can see what I'm looking at too. Deltoids. So Sanjiao Ji is deltoids. I'd rather have this if it was side by side. Can I do it that way? When's it going to... There. Sanjiaoji is deltoid, complete guide to shoulder training. Jianbu Xunlian, Jianbu Xunlian, so training. 圈称卢称略. This one's an interesting word. Oh, there you go. 1 second. I gotta go take. Back. Done. Well, I hope that that actually worked. So deltoids, all about your deltoids, and that's the great thing about using. I'm not sure if you can do this with PCs if it's as easy, but certainly you can do it with Apples. 肩部宣连圈攻略. How do you say that word? 攻略 OK. 这三个三角肌肌肉束会组成你的3D 肩膀 so your 3D shoulder. 少人无人和 the mission, the little mission, 一个不无法让with little 无法怎么翻译 unable to, little bit unable to let 你的肩膀看起来更立体，啥意思啊？更立体 more three-dimensional. What is this? 立体 So 更立体 is a little bit more solid, I guess it would be. Not three-dimensional, it'd be more solid. I think that's the word they're using. Are Duan or Lian? This is one of the things about learning Chinese. I just never know. Lian. I second guess myself a lot when I'm reading Chinese, and it just takes a while to feel comfortable. Lian Sanjiao Ji de Hao Why? How Chu Shishima? How Chu? How why? How Chu benefit? How Chu? How Chu? How Chu? Is that down chung? Is that second or fourth? Second, I think it is. How Chu? What is this? Yeah, we'll just keep that there. Okay. How Chu? So the benefit is some Shishima. What is it? 接下来要告诉你为什么男人就应该选肩练肩 练肩 how would you translate that one? Can I just translate this right there? Shoulder training. 练肩 so shoulder training. This is the one issue with using Apple over Google Translate. Google Translate gives you the pinyin, but Apple does not. So you gotta have to, if you just want the pronunciation and worry about speaking, that's it. Good. But if you want the pinyin, which is what Google Translate gives you here, then you have to use Google Translate or Pleco as well. All right. 看起来就是帅 How handsome it looks. 肩膀是全身男 Can I do this one? 身男身围身围身围身围 身为 good. 肩膀是身为一个 this is 身为一个 so it's actually not 身为 it's 唯一 that's the word 唯一 only one. So shoulder is entirely one unit. 不需要脱衣服就能看到你的肌肉. You don't have to take off your clothes to see the muscles. 掉有一个手是 thin reality. 立体强势的肩膀。绝对是你出门的必需品。this is 什么？手势。厚实。thick. Thick 立体 is solid. 强势的。强壮的 robust, sturdy. Yeah, not robust, to be sturdy. 强壮的肩膀，绝对是你出门 appear 比准备品 must have
必备品。
必备品 There we go. 练其他肌群 肌群 is muscle group 的时候 so when you're exercising other muscle groups 会更有力 have a little strength 三角肌是很多动作的协同肌群 like an assistant group 像是狗腿 so it's like something to push 胸腿 chest press 像是consider I guess consider 是胸腿下来等下拉 so express pull down is this the pull down should be 下拉等动作所谓的协同肌群简单来说to put it simply 就是帮助你做某项运动时several types of sports 做某项做 is to do 某项 is some types and then 运动是 let's just make sure I got this right 某项 certain item
某项
sometimes it actually looks like I know how to read Chinese snap 下个句子是既定 and sometimes I don't know what I'm looking at stable 既定
稳定
oh Wending dongs then I realize I don't actually know what it is again second guessing Wending 动作的肌群 muscle group and again this is I'll show you the 肌群 these are very tricky肌群 upshang 肌群 is a muscle group 肌 and qi takes some practice to get when you're trying to learn Chinese 你的三角肌如果训练的 的好 when you've trained it properly，不只可以提升其他的运动表现。Other sports appearance doesn't so it not only improves your other sports efficacy 表现 I want to say appearance, but I don't know if that's the correct way of translating this one. 表现 performance okay 表现也可以撑小三角肌代偿的频率。频率 I want to say is frequency. 代偿 is what? I can't remember. 代偿 compensation.
代偿
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 代偿 so it also 长效 reduces 三角肌 shoulder compensation frequency. 意思是 if you train those three muscles, then the other parts of your shoulder don't compensate for them being weak. That's a good point. Oh, wow, that took 20 minutes to read that one, and there's like lots more. So it's actually, oh, right. All right, so I have a bunch of these. Actually, delete that, couldn't I? Bye to you. There we go. Huling, kettlebell press, dumbbell shoulder press, Yaling,
哑铃肩推
Yaling 肩推. That? Pretty sure. Dumbbell shoulder press. Hong Ling 肩推.
杠铃肩推
Gang Xia. Let's look that one up. Gang Ling. Gang Ling 肩推. Gang Ling 肩推. Gang Ling 肩推. Thanks, Google. All right, and this one is Qi Zheng 肩推. Qi Xie 肩推 shoulder press. Qi Xie 肩推 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 Qi Xie 肩推好的 so 这是哑铃哑铃 Qi Xie. Make sure I got these right here. Do them one more time. Yaling 肩推 Gang Ling. Never seen Gang. 为什么 Gang? 好像一样江苏的江 But it's not. Gang Ling 肩推 Qi Xie 肩推 Wowzers. Yes, it's almost 7 p.m. here now. 好的肩膀向练打 So we'll work out your shoulders quite a bit. 关键 关键 is the crux, the point. 就是要多做推 A lot of it has to do with mostly for pushing. 推的三角肌训练动作所谓的 so many of them 所谓 I'm going to translate this anyway. 所谓 so-called the same similar 推的动作就是中种背种肩推类型的三角肌训练动作 So Shoulder does quite a bit. Training xiang, it gets trained quite a bit. 关键 mostly 就是要做推的 mostly in the pushing fashion. Pushing fashion, the deltoids trained muscle. Similar 推的动作 so-called, it's not so-called. They translate, a lot of people translate it so-called, but that so-called in English is a little bit rude. It means you don't actually believe them. So similar to 推的动作, so similar to push movements, 就是各种 all sorts. 各种 all sorts of 肩推类型, so all sorts of shoulder type pushing movements. Shoulder press lace. Nope, don't do that. Stop that. 肩推类型 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 so shoulder press type 的三角肌 deltoid training 动作 movements. Again, 哑铃肩推 杠铃肩推 and this is 机械肩推. So more pushing movements. 哑铃 what was this again? Shoulder press. 杠铃 don't know. 气重 I'm gonna have to look this up again. Are you kidding me? Dumbbell, barbell. 哑铃 Huling is a kettlebell. Huling. So 哑铃 why is it dumbbell? 哑铃 it's like, but it's not pressure. It's not 压水的压压力的压 It's not. It's a different. It's 农业的压 No, it's 亚洲的亚 So 亚洲 is Asia. 哑铃 I'm not sure. I'm sure they have a reason for using coal in the radical position. 哑铃肩推 then barbell is 杠铃肩推 okay, and then 器械 machine. Oh, so it's just a machine shoulder press. Same. Barbell would be, so dumbbell is two separate ones. Barbell's the big long stick, and then the machine shoulder presses, like it could be funkai. It could be in a U shape over top of you, and it's attached to the machine, of course. All of which they have at that gym. 属于比较 data is 全面性, so entirely gender, entirely type. 全面性 comprehensiveness. Data is 比较 comprehensive. Comprehensive 的三角肌训练动作 comprehensive training movement. 因为推 push 能帮助你把三角肌给触地拉开。彻底拉开 Right. Okay. Try this. Right out. 彻底拉开 And I lost my spot there. There it is. Good. Pull it apart completely. 彻底 thorough, completely. 拉开 La is to pull open. Pull open. 出地 What is D? end, background, bottom base, last, 出地, so pull to the end apart, pull it to the straight to the end. Something along those lines, right? Right. 把三角肌给触地拉开，达到 achieve 最完整的手帕手什么？
缩
缩收缩。收缩 shrink. So 达到 achieves a complete 最完整的 a very complete 收缩 contraction. So achieves a complete contraction. So you have to go all the way back. Something like that. You'd have to. I would do it this way, wouldn't it? But that's not your arm. That's not your deltoids. Maybe that is. There you go. 这个时候 and when you do this, 你反而 thoroughly 要尽可能的利用大重量 so great weight 你反而 thoroughly 要 instead 尽可用要尽 I think I gotta put 尽 in there as well. Fanar instead, 你反而要尽可能 possibly use great strength, 将 to lift 三角肌给充分 and complete a full, what would you say, tear. Not a tear, complete workout. Because you don't want to tear anything, a slit or a mangle. Is to rip. And lia, I can't remember what lia is. Crack, to open up. But is to rip. And you don't want to rip the strength and the tear strength. Complete. 将三角肌给充分撕裂 so complete opening, I guess it is. 千万不要觉得连肩是就是什么都要斤重量 Do I have the next one? Yes, right there. So we're right on this part. You must not only feel 连肩就是什么都要尽量重 complete weight lightweight 连肩就是什么都要 lightweight 高次数 large high reps 高次数这样反而 instead 才是主角 This obstacles 阻碍 right 这样 this type instead will 才是阻碍 impede your shoulder movement, shoulder exercise, 不大 not much, the 注音 What is this one? 注音 Main reason. So lightweight. I want to make sure I got this correct here because I'm missing misunderstanding something here. Don't ever think. 千万 must. 千万 must. 不要觉得 not think. 不要 don't want you to think. You must. I don't want to think. 千万 1,000 10,000s. That's what it is. 千 and 1 1,000s 10,000s. Not if thinking. 连间就是什么都要经量重重量高测数这样的反而 instead this type of instead prevents. So don't just use lightweight and high reps, as this will prevent your muscle from properly getting trained, I guess it is. 因此 as a result 刚结just received chung. I need one more word here. No. Gang jie chu, new contact. Instead, as a result, 因此刚接触三角肌训练的新手 What is 新手? A new hand. 啥意思? Newbie. Raw hand. Just your bare hands, I guess. Maybe? Connect 3 shoulders. Training. New hand. First, 好好把新设放在最基础的肩腿上. As a result, 刚接中 copy paste. There we go. Forget ChatGPT. There's Google Translate. For beginners who are new to Delta, first focus on the most basic shoulder press. There we go. So 刚接触 first 三角刚接触 just 接触 starting people. Just starting. Shoulder training, first hands. Oh, so that's what they mean. Who 新手. So 新手 are the new hands towards training who've just started training the muscle group. First, how this is the reduplication. Make sure it's good. That ba to it's like ba. I don't know how to explain ba. I don't think a lot of people know how to explain ba, but ba is sort of like a movement towards putting something towards. First, make sure you, I guess, focus, put effort on. 心色 心色放 心色放 would be your first, your put focus on. How ba. So they're kind of saying the same thing here. 先 first or primarily. How consider well, be careful about putting or pay most attention to and put that focus on 心思放, putting your heart into 在 at towards 最基础. This is at the very most basic 的肩腿上 and 上 is focus on. So it's like 先好好把心思放在 blah 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 上. So you have to add something on top. So when Chinese teachers say that it's subject, verb, object, you can go, really? Show me. Because that sentence, yeah, I guess you could probably argue it's subject, verb, object, just like English. But good luck figuring that one out. That's complex grammar there for you. High level Chinese complex grammar. Oh my goodness. All right, so those 3 paragraphs took like 40 minutes to read. Let's take a look at something else. A little bit easier to read here. Now, there are a few on Do Chinese that are, wow, who killed them? Okay, oh, that's the police story that they put together. Gym or massage parlor? Okay. Yeah, if you ever come to China, massage parlors. Some of them, well, most of the times you'll have a happy ending. You'll be glad that you went. Cultural immersion of the First Order. You want to read this in Fanti or Genti? I'd like to read it in Genti because it's a little bit easier. Try Fanti. Fanti would be, I don't know, Genshin Feng, Haishe, Anmodian. We'll try it. Pinyin Genti first. Smells like smoke. I'm not sure if it's my neighbor who's smoking. Actually, I think it is my neighbor who's smoking, or at least her father is smoking. I'm not sure. It's only started recently, but then also, like, it was raining today in Beijing, but even still, you could smell a bit of I want to say pollution or smog, but the last time I talked about smoke or pollution, the Chinese netizens or the Pi bots that they've employed on YouTube got after me and said it's Mongolia's fault for burning their crops all the time. Okay, so is Mongolia burning their crops again, or is it Chinese farmers burning their crops this time? Well, and they do have to because it's September already. Would they have harvested already? Would they have harvested in some parts? And so they're burning some of the detritus. Oh yeah, Maya. Right on. Genshin Feng, Haishe, and Modian. So are you going to go to the gym or the spa? Remen Do Yuan Yi Wei Jian Kang Mai Dan. They cover as a bill to pay. 但是每个国家的人 so every nationality 会把 puts emphasis likely 这些钱花 money spend money 在不一样的地方 but they don't spend on the same place 跟西方国家的人 so Western people 喜欢去健身房不一样 so the Western people don't go to the same are not the same 中国人更喜欢去按摩店 so 中国 Chinese people like to go to the spa 这是为什么呢 so I should actually clarify that when I was laughing about the spas there are some spas that will take your money and so much more from you but there are some proper massage places that you can find that they give proper massages. They are not sports physiotherapy massage places. They are like spa experiences. And I don't know how familiar you are with these things in wherever you live, but these are often, okay, I guess in the West, a spa would be like either part of a resort or part of a hotel or something along those lines. It wouldn't be one of 2 or 3 stores in a strip mall sort of thing. And I don't mean like stripping mall. I mean in a long lineup of shops. That's what it's like here in Shanghai or in Beijing and in China, is that you'll have like spa, and they'll have like 3 spas. They all do the same thing. They do the earwax thing. They'll do full body massages, all that sort of stuff. And it's $120 Canadian, 600 RMB for a full body oil massage. And they have different types. You can just get the feet done. You can get the head done. Like just do your head massage sort of thing. Shoulders, all the like head and shoulders, I guess they would typically do. Back massages and everything. So some of them, it's hard to tell which ones are good. The more you pay, like if you go to the one that you'd have to look for is the Meng Ren. You want the Meng Ren Anmo. And Meng is blind. So the meaning is that when you get the blind people to do your massage, it means that they're not looking at your stuff to steal. Now, that's sort of the implication. I've had one of them massage me before, many years ago. They're very strong. Usually it's a bunch of guys, like it's blind Mongolian, so blind Inner Mongolians, who, and by blind, I mean, they may or may not be able to see very well. They just might not be wearing their glasses. I don't know how authentic it is. I've never, how are you going to verify this? But the idea being that if you have a blind masseuse, they are less likely to be trying to pull any tricks on you, which can happen. If you go to some of these spa joints, there are extra services that you can receive if you so choose or don't say no to because maybe your Chinese isn't very good. But I'll let you find that out and talk to your Chinese friends about that. 人们都愿意为健康买单. Okay, so we read that. 对于中国来说, so according to Chinese people, 如果说为了锻炼身体 to exercise your body, to work out your body, 他们可能更喜欢去公园散步. So they'll go to the garden, to the park to walk. 去广场跳舞, go to the square to dance. 去健身房锻炼. So they'll go to the gym to do physical exercise. 锻炼 is physical exercise. 最主要 most importantly 是为了让自己更漂亮. So it's all for beauty. 为了找到一样的好朋友 and to go with friends. 所以在中国健身房里更常见的是年轻人. So you'll see at the 健身房里 is in the gymnasium place. 更常 often see 更常见 people 健体育文化 体育文化 sports culture 中医 Chinese medicine 中医文化 Chinese medicine culture 的历史更长 the TCM history is very long. 在中国相比 comparing you with relatively young sports culture, sports education culture, traditional Chinese medicine culture history is very long. Or are they comparing them? Or there's been a long comparison between 体育文化和中医文化。中医文化好，用中医解决中国人的健康问题。So if they have a problem with their body, 更容易 very easy, 也更便宜 it's very easy and very inexpensive. 因此 as a result, consequently, 相比 comparing 与健身 comparing with health like physical exercise, 花费 spending 时间expensive time 时间更短 so expensive time is very short. 价格更便更 and very cheap. 按摩店才是中国人更喜欢的地方 so it's very short period of time. The price is also cheap at the 按摩店才是only then will Chinese people prefer that place. So as a result, comparing with sports, with working out, less time, time is shorter, the price is cheaper at the massage parlor, so Chinese people choose that place. 你呢？你是喜欢去健身房还是去按摩店呢？ No, this is sort of one of those ending particles. Tag, it can be a tag question, I guess it is. Mark it red. But the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and read it in traditional because why not? Ooh. 好的，健身房还是按摩店，人们都愿意为健身买单，但是每个国家的人会把这些钱花在不一样的地方，跟西方国家的人喜欢去健身房不一样。中国人更喜欢去按摩店，这是为什么？这是为什么呢？对于 Wow, they changed that one. 对于 very much. 哈，很有意思。对于中国人来说，如果 说为了锻炼身体，他们可能更喜欢去公园散步，去广场跳舞，去健身房锻炼。最主要是为了让自己更漂亮。So only for looking good. 为了找到一样爱好的朋友. So they're good friends. So it's like a social occasion at the garden to dancing and stuff like that. Or no, to the gym. Sorry, to go do sports, to work out at the gym. It's for looking good, and to find either friends of the same hobby interest. 所以在中国，健身房里更常见的是年轻人，公园里更常见的是老年人和孩子。然后拿不去健身房也没有时间去公园的年轻人去哪儿了？他们很可能在按摩店。在中国，相比于比较年轻的教育体育文化，中医文化的按摩历史更长。用中医解决中国人的健康问题，更容易，也更便宜。因此，相比于健身，花费时间更短。价格更便宜的按摩店才是中国人要喜欢的地方。你呢？你是喜欢去健身房，还是去按摩店呢？So typically, this word here, 还是 but 还是 or as in a question. So this one ends in a question mark. So you'd use 还是 if it was a statement. 健身房或者按摩店. It's not a question of where you'd go. It's a question of which one is it. So 健身房或者 I like to go to either the gym or the spa. 我要去健身房或者按摩。Yeah, I'd probably say yeah, wouldn't it? 我喜欢去健身房或者按摩店. So I like to go to the gymnasium or to the spa. 出差的时候 when I go on a work trip 出差的时候我喜欢去健身房或者按摩店都可以 So I like to go to the gym or the spa. Both are okay to go to. However, 还是 if you're using 还是你要去健身房还是去按摩店 This is a question. Which one do you want to go to? And then you have to give a statement. 我要去健身房我要去按摩店哪种按摩店就是好不好按摩店谁知道 who knows exactly. All right, folks, I'm going to leave it there. We've been broadcasting live for the last hour. I appreciate if you tuned in, seen some of this, and joined me in my reading of Chinese lessons today. So we covered quite a bit in these. Which ones did we read? So we read one. We didn't read this one. We read 2 and 3. So 3 slides. Those are pretty solid. I mean, okay, if I remember, I'll put them in the show notes. If you want these, let me know, and then I can send them to you as well. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. It helps the numbers go up a little bit. And if you like this video, like this live stream, I am trying to do these pretty much. So Mondays, I'm reserving for Chinese. Tuesdays for Russian. Wednesdays not sure, possibly for English, but Thursday, maybe I'll make Thursdays English. I kind of like doing Wednesdays for English. That'd be kind of fun, wouldn't it? So English would be like either teaching English or explaining ESL as a job. Thursday, Friday, I typically take off. Maybe we'll publish some shorts this week as well. If you haven't done so as well, I do have a newsletter that you can sign up for, sendfox.com/Stephen's Language Vlog, or just head into the show notes for today's live stream, and you can see it there, as I'll have all the links there. Newsletter. There's also a website that you can check out, buymeacoffee.com/Stephen's Language Vlog, where if you like what I'm doing, you can donate to the show and help me buy another language class to improve my pronunciation, or maybe another USB cable so I can connect another camera or microphone or something like that, right? Something along those lines. Help out the production of the show would be awesome. But again, so Chinese Mondays, Russian on Tuesdays, English on Wednesdays or Thursdays. We'll see. And then, yeah, we'll have some more short videos coming up as well on the channel in time. And of course, the newsletter over, well, check the show notes for this live stream, and you can sign up. It'd be awesome. I send it out about once a week. I am actually working on a podcast. So what I've actually started to do is I write the newsletter, and then I record the podcast, and it has like music and all that stuff. It sounds like a proper podcast these days. And then I send that out with the newsletter. Now, do I have a RSS feed for the podcast yet? No, because I've been debating which provider I should go with. A lot of people use Spotify or podcasters, Spotify for podcasters. A lot of people use that one. And I was kind of like, well, I don't really trust them. I would rather use a different podcasting service for this podcast. So I was thinking actually Libsyn would be a good one to use, but that one costs the dinero, the diangi, the qian, 需要花钱和. So if you want to support the channel through buymeacoffee.com/Stephen's Language Vlog, Stephen's Language Vlog, you can help me pay for my podcast hosting fees that are going to start very soon, which will enable you to listen to the podcast just about anywhere you want. Spotify, Apple, no longer YouTube, or no longer Google, but yes, on YouTube. I will be posting them to YouTube as well. All right, folks, thanks again. We will cut it there. Thank you very much for joining in and having fun with me today, watching me butcher my Chinese pronunciation. And if there's any problems or concerns that you have with this, well, give me a like anyway, and then leave a comment in the comments below, in the YouTube comments, and I'll try to get back to you. If it's nice, and if it's negative, then I'll probably respond in a snarky manner too. And if you have any questions, concerns, or comments, or suggestions, or problems with your own language journey, get in touch, and we'll see if I can help out. We'll see if we can help out. I know I can help you out with English, Mandarin Chinese, some Cyrillic, Russian, and Ukrainian. But I also know a few good Chinese teachers that if you're looking for one, I can put you in touch with them as well. Thanks again, folks. We'll do this again. Have a good one. Have a good night. Bye-bye. Пока-пока. 再见. 下次见. Bye-bye.